Hi folks, Nick here recapping the day, March 18th, 2015, Fed Day. Wow, wow. Okay, scoreboard, up and away, up 1.3% on the Dow and the SPX, NASDAQ up 1% and then some. The small caps lagging, up 0.8, losers, on the RUT and the IWM. But we started the day the exact opposite. We were down almost 1%. And then the Fed statement came out, and she took out the word. But like I said, one of the scenarios I said that was probably most likely is that she's going to take out the word patient and then say, but wait, but we're not going to raise the rates anytime soon. That doesn't mean we're going to raise them in the next 2 months. We're just going to be data dependent. That's almost exactly what I said in the recap yesterday and the day before that, and every time, and Friday, I believe. So that came true, and she was excessively bullish. I mean, she pretty much handed us a binky, us traders, and said, here, put this in your mouth, and don't worry about it. So everybody bought the market. Now, looking at the S&P, can you tell when the statement came out? Look at that. This is where we were in the morning. The low of the morning in the ES just before the statement was 2052. The high was 2100 almost. That's 50 points almost. Let's call it 45, okay? That's insane. That's a huge run-up, a turnaround, okay? And it came half and half. Half of it came from the statement itself, and then the other half from reading the statement right away, and the other half came from the actual interview, whoopsies, where she was testifying, I should say, and she addressed some questions. And every answer she addressed, and I was like, okay, here's what it means, here's what it means. It's basically telling us what we've all known. She did not change the actual thesis. In other words, she didn't say, I'm no longer going to raise rates. She just said, hey, I'm not going to raise rates now, and she actually mentioned, I'm not going to raise rates in April. She said that. She mentioned April. And so it's not like she said we're not going to ever raise rates. She said not now or April, but we have to react as the data. And they actually downgraded their optimism on the economic data, which means that they told us it's going to be bad, yet everybody's buying up the market. So it's kind of like a silly response with the amplitude. I expected as much, but the size is a little surprising. Somebody on the internet, on Twitter, had a comment, which was pretty funny, I thought. I'll share with you. They said, Yellen says calendar-based guidance wouldn't be appropriate. Somebody asked her, why don't you tell us, give us a time frame? And she said it wouldn't be appropriate. And then their comment is, yet you feel obligated to mention April, so that it won't be in April. So it's kind of silly. But anyway, so Fed Day, here and gone. Reactions here. I think this is a shortable pop. How much slack do you want to give it? I don't know. I added to my longer-term shorts that are not under fire, and maybe we'll see tomorrow and get more clarity tomorrow. You can see the S&P, the NASDAQ, similar. This was Apple. Apple was in better shape even before that. They had been holding up well. Everything was red on my screen except Apple before the statement. Everything on my screen is green after the statement. And I mean everything. We're talking price line from being way low to way high. Google, here's Google. Look at that, 547 to 560. Price line ended up over 2.5%. 2.5%. The low that I can see is 1140, let's call it 45, 47. To 1189. That's just, I don't know, is it warranted? Is it that much better for Priceline? Everything went up, even gold. Gold went up, okay? Even oil. Oil went up. Since when this is bullish oil? It's just, it's very strange reaction. Everything is up except the VIX, which got clobbered, went minus 11%. I mean, the VIX was 16 down to 1338. That is massive. And rates, the TNX got shellacked. So let's look at those two. Also, not those two. Rates and bonds. Those are important parts of the puzzle there. Okay. Now this is, here are the rates. All right. we remember we've been watching this level right here, far from it, and then now we're back into this green trading range, which means we lost this support, had been support, now it's back to being resistance perhaps, I don't know, we're back under it, okay? Conversely, the TLT, which are bonds, those two move opposite each other. Very bullish candle. In other words, they opened here, they tried to sell them, they ran them up to 131. So now it's a level where we got to watch. It has failed there before, so I want to see how committed they are to that, okay? Which is right here, this level right there. Let's draw it. I want to see, it's not an exact science, but I want to see what it does here. Breakout, for sure. This is a green breakout. Okay, so let's look at the indices themselves, right? And I got to tell you, the moves were on volume, so it's a legit move. Look at this, bounced. Look at this candle, spans the whole trend almost. Yeah, it didn't close at the top, but it's an emphatic candle with volume. Okay, what happens from now? I don't know. We'll watch tomorrow. Small caps, a huge candle, a huge reversal throughout the day, yet lagged. And touched this, it's not an exact science, and didn't close at the top. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. Also, nice volume. The Qs, which are the NASDAQ, similar candle to the small caps. Again, higher lows, which is good. And showing some promise. And the bounces off the area that I was concerned about, which I was concerned. All right, the Apple. Still on a chug. I don't want to stand in its way. However, it's too high for me to chase right now. All right, so everywhere you look, it's green, green, green. What happens tomorrow? Who knows? We have a lot of money in the options market that is not expecting this huge pop. There's good resistance where it's at right now. So I'll update you with the levels before they open tomorrow so we know what to do with the day with my thoughts on how we should trade this. It is a relief pop, a relief that something bad did not happen. Therefore, in theory, it should be shortable. Some relief pops have legs, and I just want to see how far this one goes. I was ready to short Starbucks today because before it announced a 2-for-1 split, and it had not gone green, and then it started to find its footing. And then, boom, the markets went crazy, and Starbucks ended up $1.5% higher. So maybe now the shorting Starbucks could be something good. I'm not sure. Too soon to short anything right now. Sitting on hands. We'll reevaluate tomorrow, and I'll get back to you on that. Nick, signing out.